The Beyond the Ropes podcast is proud to support the Kyan Prince Foundation. Go to www.thekpf.com to donate or support the foundation on their mission of bringing people together to end violence. Founder, Dr. Mark Prince's best-selling book, The Prince of Peace, is available on Amazon and other major retailers.
My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart, I want to eat your children.
But it ain't about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Hi, welcome to Beyond the Ropes podcast. It's me, Michael Prime. Joined today, David White, Sean Mansfield, and our very special guest, newly crowned Southern Area Champ, Dean Richardson.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much for coming back in. It's been a while since we had you in, and you've got a bit more gold this time.
And a few more biscuits.
Yes. For reference, we always have fighters in before they fight, and they sit here shaking, freezing cold because they're starving. So we thought today we'll get some nice caramel coffee in. We've got some nice biscuits. Yeah. Deano can just go to town. So if you hear rustling or slurping, and he's dipping the biscuits as well, just outrageous. Just cut him some slack, man.
Yeah, apologies. Yeah.
There's camp life and then there's champ life. So
That's it.
I feel like that should be a motto for somebody right there.
That's what I'm just going to live by now.
That's the
champ life.
That's the Adrian Broner motto, isn't it?
That's it. It's got champ life.
Or the tank one. I don't know, did you see the pictures of him from the fight at the weekend? No. He's looking like he's trying to make cruiserweight, man. He ain't messing around. Yeah. He wants that Canelo fight out of big weight.
Desperate.
Alright, it's been a while since we've been back in. We've all had our summer holidays now. Dwight's not here today, unfortunately couldn't make it last minute, but anything interesting of note before we go into boxing? David?
No.
Sean? No. Excellent. This is what we like. Right. Okay then. So
spring it on someone like 10 seconds. We up to?
Well, you shouldn't have to rehearse what you've been doing.
I ain't done fuck all.
I'm not going to go and reference check it to make sure you were actually at these places.
Yeah. Oh right. So.
The wedding I went to was good.
All right. That's an off-air conversation. That one.
Yes. Yeah.
Dina, we'll bring you up to speed on that one because it's pretty hilarious.
Funny.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. All right. So what we'll do, we'll start with our purge. Then it was Dwight's turn this week, so we'll blow that away and we'll just let Dino go to town. So we're gonna play our little jingle for you because we like this now, and then I suppose we'll discuss what it is you want to remove from the world of boxing.
This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The following is a broadcast announcement. Authorized by Team BTR. Boxing can be dirty and corrupt. We are here to cleanse it. This is the Purge.
Okay, Dino, go to town.
Yeah, I didn't really, apart from the obvious ones, when you sent me through the message.
Because I try and forewarn people a bit.
Yeah.
But you don't want anything too obvious.
But everyone says it, don't they? Oh, I want to remove PEDs, I want to remove bad decisions.
We're sort of in favour of drugs in boxing, to be honest with you.
Not literally.
I'll have to send you the recording of that show for it to make sense. But within reason we are now.
We just lost our heads.
As long as everybody knows that it's happening, just go to town.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't feel it.
But again, this is that one where we're sitting there saying
we're not doing it, so
but we're not getting punched in the face, so
yeah, exactly.
Fair play.
So I wasn't sure. I didn't want to be cliche, go for the obvious ones, and it did not take me long to find out what it was. I went onto Instagram, and I think within a few seconds, these Instagram boxers, I want to remove them. Not in the sense of professionals having a good Instagram following.
So you're not shooting for Chris Eubank Jr. is what you're saying?
No. It's the people. He's legitimate, isn't he? The IBO is that legitimate. Chris Eubank is a legitimate boxer. I see people that have had 1 or 2 white collar fights, and they're making posts like "Champ life," or they're saying like it's fight week or this and all that. And I'm not saying don't make a big deal out of it because it's obviously important to them, but in reality they're probably turning up to a box fit class twice a week. And then stepping in there for sparring in front of a couple 100 people, and then after that they're honestly having discussions about turning pro
At 35.
at 35. and I think,
Someone been reading my goals for next year.
but I honestly think these people need to be saved from themselves, and I think their followers need to be saved as well, because they honestly believe that they are something. I mean, I'm seeing people who have quite a big Instagram following because they're apparently boxers, but they don't fight. They just put stories up of them training, and they're coming up with like catchphrases and slogans and logos, and they're like finding quotes on the internet and putting their own logo on it, like the fucking Einstein or something. Like, you're not gonna go down in history.
You actually have to be on
Because you're not fighting.
See, this is an interesting one, right? I like that, but I know.
And padmen as well. Sorry, I want to throw that in there.
Who do all of the work?
All these padmen as well. They all look good, and then all of a sudden they think that they've got a valid opinion. But if you get a boxer and he employs you as a coach and he's getting beat up for 8 out of 10 rounds, you ain't gonna know what to say to him for the next 2 rounds. What to do, are you?
That was quite a specific example you gave there.
No, I mean they might be able to throw combinations, but they don't know what advice to give in that situation. Because a lot of them don't have no experience. They just
picked up
probably Google YouTube boxing mitt drills and just work on it, and then all of a sudden think they've got a valid opinion on how fighters should fight. And
do you know what? I hadn't thought of the padman. I'm surprised that hasn't come up before, because it's one of those ones. It looks marvellous. It looks lovely.
It's like someone like a freestyle footballer.
It's embarrassing.
But I suppose for you guys, when you watch it, you're like, well, what's this? Because you see different opinions. Like some people say it's excellent, it teaches memory or like reflex and stuff, and other guys are just like, well, it's a waste of time. What are you doing? You're not learning anything.
You're not doing that in a fight. Like, when do you get to go pat 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 pat, get tapped on your shoulder, duck? I suppose the movements, muscle memory and stuff like that. Is it handy for that?
No, because the muscle memory you're learning is not a fight situation.
Right, well there you go. So yeah, then I'd agree with him and go, it's shit.
But you're spot on though. That's the sort of stuff. It's good for getting views and getting shares and retweets and stuff. But does it benefit you as a fighter? Probably not.
Yeah. It depends if that's what you're after as a fighter. Like you say, because let's be honest, a lot Instagram, Twitter, all of these like social media things. If you're busy on them, it will talk you into a fight. People will start following you, and if you've got quite a snazzy little video of you doing 20-30 seconds of like really quick and all this, people are going to go, oh wow.
And these people like that I'm talking about, these Instagram boxers, they spend so much time and effort in trying to make people think that they know what they're doing and what they're talking about, and they try to carry themselves a certain way, where all that time and effort should be being put into actually learning the craft of boxing. Yeah. And it's I would say it's not long until they get found out, but they don't 90% of the time don't even step into a ring to get found out. Yeah.
There's quite a few.
But is it just for attention then?
Well, I've got quite a few of those what's on the BTR Instagram account, and you see it, like you said, they've got huge following, some of them like thousands, and then you see
I've never even seen it.
They'll put up a post and it'll be liked by a lot of other boxers as well, because obviously they're in and around gyms every so often or whatever, so they know people or they're followed by people. But like I said, it'll always be fight coming soon or this is happening soon, but nothing ever happens. And I've got quite a few of those, and you kind of watch them because you think, oh, maybe they're going to make a debut, or they might even, some of them got promotional deals, but they or not, sorry, management deals, but they just don't fight. It's just, I'll show you some examples afterwards, and you see, and the thing is, you see them at shows as well. You see him in the audience, and I'm like, I recognise this guy.
I know some that don't. They just don't put themselves around boxing. Like they're not at shows. They don't ever sort of speak about current fights or anything. But as soon as they're going for a run or something, they're
in the stories.
They're filming themselves, fucking
12 miles
screaming hard work, dedication. For what?
It's a good one. So, I mean, you were saying that, like, obviously their following need to.
I wouldn't even say they're part of boxing, but I would like to see them drop boxing.
Yeah, fair enough, then. Purge it from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for the rustling.
That's all right. You were saying.
So these people, like, well, they're imitating people who.
It's not even so much imitating. It's more that they are.
I mean, that example there, that's like someone imitating Floyd Mayweather, his sayings and all that. And what is it? They think
they're
not actually putting in.
I think they just try to fool people and put out this image of they're working hard and they're copying what Mayweather does, so they are going to be the next big thing, and put everyone commenting like,
so it is,
your time soon, and like.
So it is fooling people then.
Well, if there's no fight at the end of it, then yeah. But this is what I was going to say. It's like, when you said like their following need to obviously like look after them and say, right, stop this sort of thing. But I see a lot of promoters as well that they actively encourage this, because obviously they can go on to be good ticket sellers. Whether or not they're going to be good fighters or not is completely irrelevant. But like, we've been to some shows before, and you see some of the guys getting ring and they've got a huge following, and they are dreadful. Like, and you know that, like, it's the example you've given, that like they might have had one or two like white collars, or they've done a bit of boxing somewhere, and then they've had a pro fight, and it's like, yeah, they've probably done 200 odd tickets, so it's covered what they were supposed to do. So who's in that situation? Who's kind of to blame? Because obviously they're just sitting there thinking, well, I can do this. Should the promoters be taking it at that point and going, right, well, I'm not going to encourage this?
Promoter jobs to promote.
See, it's a strange one. It's one of those ones where
they're all after.
It's like no one's going to really take responsibility for stopping that, and it's that.
I think people actually think that social media is a legitimate form of, I don't know if the word's respect or what, but you know when on, say, Instagram stories you can do these questions on there. Yeah. So certain people might say this. They'll be like, oh, how long have you been boxing? It's like, 8 months now. It's like, huh? Yeah. And people, because they do have a following, people seem to think
they buy into it straight away.
That they're an expert. It's like, how do I get better at this? It's like, well, you know, if you stick at it and do this and do that. It's like, you haven't been in the game long enough to say stick at it, because you haven't stuck at it long enough. You haven't been in it long enough to have stuck at it. Yeah, that's what I'd like to remove.
It must be really frustrating for fighters like you, though, who've obviously been in the game for many years. You've learnt your craft.
Humorous, in a way. It's cringy in a way. Is it frustrating? No. But you just don't like seeing these people get recognition, even though it's not from people within the game. It's just
the fact that it's almost feels like they're stealing fans.
Very delusional.
Yeah.
Who's
the
guy
away from real boxing?
Who's the guy that used to hang around with David Hay, the nightclub owner?
Yeah, right.
He's a prick.
Say what you really, really think.
When I was in State of Mind, he wanted to fight someone, and he come down and sparred one of the white collar boys who. He done a bit of white collar, like, you know, like so you got white collar, like, you might just go in, have a white collar, like, then there actually is like a bit of a white collar circuit, isn't it? Yeah. So he's been around on that, whatever. But he was old. He was older, probably like mid-30s, and he could whack a bit. And what's his name? Fucking that geezer. That we're talking about.
Fournier.
Yeah. He come down like all branded, winning stuff, all this and all that. Got in there. And my mate pinged him. He's like, whoa, it's only sparring. And you just got a pro licence. He's like, yeah, but I can't. It's only sparring. And then he was talking about fighting someone, and I actually tried to get Barry, my old trainer. I've been like, no, I'll take the fight. I'll take it. And I think he had a lot of fights in Bahamas or something crazy like that, and found out afterwards that the fights didn't even take place. Like he just paid money for it to go on the record. And yeah.
Those ones that Shannon Briggs has in like Tijuana.
Yeah,
but he comes back after a week off and he's got 6 fights on his record. It's like, oh, alright, been busy.
And then he goes on social media following and calls out Callum Smith.
Yeah, so I think that's like the ultimate example of someone who's had a couple of fights, obviously built a bit of a following, but his following was completely unrelated to boxing.
Do you know what it is as well though? People that do, not saying IFL do it, but people that do interviews out there, they will give this guy the time and attention because they know people will now click to watch their videos because they've heard, oh, this guy's calling out Callum Smith, he's a nightclub owner, he's a prick.
Yeah.
See, I remember
them people are to blame as well. It's just social media. I think I'd like to remove social media from boxing.
Do you know what? Then that would be a hell of a
It wouldn't be the
shout,
worst. It wouldn't be the worst thing because certain things you just like really like. I have to like. We follow so many boxes, and some you just genuinely would love to actually speak to because some of the stuff they tweet is like, that's a good point, and then you got like the garbage that comes out of other people, and you're like, oh my god, and this geezer's got. Oh yeah, he's got 32,000 followers and 32,000 people are just listening to talk a bullshit story about bang this geezer up at sparring. Brilliant, mate, well done.
Yeah, because I'm not like a big social media person. I'm not like, say, Anthony Fowler.
Constantly on it.
Put everything up, like posts every day.
Hashtag CBD.
Yeah, like I just normally put 1 or 2 posts up a week if I'm training, more just to like get attention out there that I'm fighting. See ticket sales and that. Well, if I'm doing something interesting, like when I went to New York for the AJ fight, like obviously it just drums up a bit of attention for you.
That's it. It engages people that if they're following you, people obviously got an interest.
But that's like what you're doing is an actual genuine thing
to like benefit your career.
Just to promote myself in the fight, really.
Exactly.
And I have had like people that I don't even know like contact me through social media and buy tickets. But I'm not someone that sits there and thinks, oh, what can I post now? Like, people that try and make like half a career out of social media. I couldn't do that.
So how do you feel then, based on what you've purged about? We probably won't be able to talk about this now. You've purged it after this show. The KSI and Logan Paul thing. Bearing in mind that Eddie Hearn's promoting it, and you've got world-class fighters on the undercard.
Yeah, I think Eddie Hearn should have more respect for boxing itself because that fight, their first fight was not a professional thing, and it sold out the Manchester Arena. Yeah. So they did not lack money.
Yeah.
And they've done it pretty much. I don't know off their own backs, but they've done it within their own industry and their own world. And now Eddie Hearn, I think, is disrespecting his own industry and his own world by putting 2. What do you call them? White collar fighters now? Even though they've got a professional license, what would you call them? You got Eddie Hearn.
No amateur fights.
On the undercard.
Well, yeah.
And Devin Haney.
Yeah. Oh fuck! Didn't know that.
Yeah. Boy, man.
Yeah. So that's 2.
You didn't see it in his blog entries.
He's another one that
there's going to be a few more.
For pound note, and what is? I haven't heard his reasonings or justifications for it.
And it's bizarre because he ripped that first fight to shit, saying it's a disgrace.
Well, he's saying it's just the profile that comes of it is going to be beneficial for the fighters on the undercard.
For who? Billy Joe Saunders.
And Devin Haney, but 2 big. Well, Devin Haney obviously still rising, but Billy Joe's there.
And let's be honest, right? In terms of fighting, I'm a Billy Joe fan. If you're trying to turn people onto boxing, who wouldn't? The people that are tuning into that are not generally boxing fans. They are social media fans.
Gamers.
Are they going to watch a Billy Joe Saunders fight and be like, fucking hell, yeah, this is amazing. I love boxing.
Oh no, they're not going to appreciate.
Do you think
unless it was someone like Wilder?
I think if you put in the right fight, I think I can see the reason. Like I said, if you had a Wilder fight,
it's not going to be like people start boxing because they've seen Ben versus McClellan and they was hooked.
That's exactly my point. If you get the right fighters, maybe, but it's not being built like that at all. No one. You're not. There's a very small margin of people that are going to watch Billy Joe Saunders and think this is outstanding. I want to do that, or I want to see more of this. There's the purists, like I said, I was going to watch it and think technically he's amazing. I could watch this a lot.
Yeah.
But if you're coming into it and you've just watched, you're waiting for the Logan Paul fight.
Where is it?
You're not going to watch
in America.
a 12
Staples
round.
Centre.
Staples Centre. So you think there's going to be what 20,000 people there? Let's say 12,000 of them are going to be kids under 18.
Like Manchester,
I'd say
it was
more than that.
probably mainly under 15, 16.
But even when Fury boxed Wilder, a genuine heavyweight title fight, that struggled to sell. I think they struggled to do 9,000 tickets there.
Yeah.
So Billy Joe Saunders and Devin Haney on the undercard of KSI, I'd say less than 12,000.
Yeah. I think Eddie Hearn, I'm with you. I don't see why he's had to get involved when it was going to happen
with or without him.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's anything to do with boxing.
This is just the zone.
It's not like him now broadcasting Josh Taylor's next fight.
Yeah.
Which you could be like, oh, okay, fair
yeah,
enough.
that's a good shout.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Nah.
No.
So not a fan then, no?
I can't see many.
I think it's terrible.
See many. It's got Sky box office over it.
Yeah.
Is it box office?
Of course
Yes.
Of course it will be. Yeah.
Mate,
No, but it will be because people will pay for it, won't they?
Will they? Well, people did on
They
YouTube,
did.
I suppose. Didn't you pay for it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No, I don't know if I paid for it.
I think you did.
I don't think so.
I think you
I
did.
didn't. I
I
might
don't
have.
know. I just
can't
want to say you did.
I can't definitely say I
I
didn't.
can just look down
So
at
you should
you.
be embarrassed about
Yeah.
it, you know.
Yeah.
Did you pay for it?
I'm pretty like $5
yeah.
with it.
I think I did. Yeah.
You're part of my purge.
Get out.
Perfect.
Get out.
Tuesday
Like
night.
the Thanos clip. Sean's not going to be here next week.
I'm just
It's the
thinking
pile
like
of
'cause
dust.
no one's watching this. No one's going to get into boxing because they're not watching it because there's like
It's
it's
just
because there's
fellas
two in
slapping
their
the shite
world. They're
out of each
celebrities. Do you know what I mean? If we got two,
Some boxers might start YouTube channels though off of it.
yeah, yeah.
other. Yeah, that wouldn't
But
surprise
I'd
me.
say if you got like to those people who are going to be watching that, they're just two celebrities to them. It's not boxing. It could be.
Yeah, they're not watching
I
it
mean, you
because
could
of the art.
two
or
arts- you could
the-
get
the
two
what
actors
they're doing.
fighting each
It's
other
just
and
like
you're
we used to
watching
get
it.
all that
Exactly.
comic relief where they used to have like literally two like
Yeah, yeah.
Ricky
Yeah.
Gervais was in it, those sort of guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you watch it because it's
Wayne
interesting.
Bridge.
It's an interesting event, but you don't watch it and think, I want to see that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
More
it's just a bit of
interested
a-
in Freddie
bit of a-
Flintoff. Turning pro.
I think it was it Martin Theobald from New Age, and he worked it out that Flintoff was like better than Ali if you work back to who's beaten who. And I love that. I'm gonna have to try and find that and dig it out.
There's a few going on, weren't there? Like Dave Allen,
Yeah.
Lennox Lewis.
Is that how it works?
Always
man?
better than.
That's unbelievable.
So as Billy Joe Saunders then and Devin Haney, how do they feel? Like, would you go on the undercard?
They're
I
down
think
loading
he's getting paid. A
This
lot
is
of
it. Money talks, doesn't it?
Billy Joe thing is my first fight under Matchroom. Be my first fight in America. I'm probably getting paid a lot of money. I don't think Eddie Hearn will come out and say he might do actually, but Billy Joe's probably thinking
There's not
why
long to its actually thing, and he hasn't got an opponent yet. So he's just thinking, I'm going to get paid shitloads of money, and I ain't going to have a.
Well,
tough
it
night.
doesn't have to. It doesn't. They don't even have to
Can't do
spend
it.
much money on the opponent.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He
They
was
don't-
thinking about someone, weren't they? An opponent.
No, I haven't seen them.
I'm sure I heard like whispers about who they was looking at trying to get. I can't think now who it was. No.
If it comes back to a shout, 'cause
I know Eddie
I love
Hearn's
these
talking
boxing whispers
about,
where people have heard.
Yeah.
They're talking about a Canelo fight in May, aren't they?
Yeah,
That'd be decent.
but Canelo would have already lost a couple of by then.
How's he going to come down from there? He's going up to
No
175.
No,
He's just going to be a walking neck.
he walks around at like
He's just-
250 anyway, so there's no worry about Canelo, man. He's fine. Whatever fight he has
as
to
much
boil down to,
Mexican
that's
meat
what
as
it
he
is.
wants. He'll be fine.
He boils down to any weight. Doesn't matter.
Canelo weight.
Yeah, he boils down
That's
to
it,
any
yeah.
weight. If he was fighting
He's in
at
his own
heavyweight,
division.
he's boiling down.
Yeah.
They've even changed the rules from now, haven't they? They don't even show you the actual weigh-in anymore.
Yeah,
So it's like
that's it. Yeah, we did the way he
Just
is.
in case again.
Bang on as usual.
He was
Yeah,
to
160.
the ounce. He was perfect.
Spot on. He's on the button.
Oh, I can't remember who it was. I can't remember.
All right, well,
And
so
Gulo, that could be a good little, good little one after his win over Peter Quillen.
yeah.
That'd be interesting, actually.
Right, so to close it out then, so are we purging social media from boxing or Instagram boxers / padmen?
Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Oh, I don't know.
We can't talk about it after you've
I
done
think-
it ever again.
I think it's good in the sense for promoting yourself, but I'm going to say when people abuse boxing through social media.
So that, yeah.
Alright, so
And they're not.
sitting on the fence, fair enough.
Yeah. No, they try to build themselves up through boxing when they couldn't be anything further away from an actual boxer
That's fair enough.
or coach.
It's fair enough.
But
I like
it
that.
really doesn't help though, does it? When you've got the biggest promoter in the country putting on a show with
Fully
these people.
endorsing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that.
Pay-per-view. Like we've been talking for a while, like Eddie Hearn's running out of pay-per-view stars. Like,
He's just gone and found some.
Like, what is going on?
Who's famous? And I can bang, got it. They've all had a fight. It was shit, but they had 30,000 subscribers and the channel and whatever. Yeah.
If he turned around and said proceeds go to charity, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
But yeah, it's lining everyone's pocket off from something that's
Getting them
like
another
you said,
roll in it.
it's disrespecting the sport if you look at it like that.
But why have they? I don't understand why they've agreed to it when they could have stuck it on YouTube and all their fans would have paid for it directly without a TV deal.
I would imagine it's obviously the DAZN money is there, and that platform needs a boost, doesn't it? So they've probably gone all out. Like, we'll take care of all of the logistical stuff. You just got to train, turn up and fight.
Yeah. A lot less
Logan
hassle.
Paul's got
a lot less hassle.
Shannon Briggs is his trainer.
Oh.
Did you see the press conference? I haven't watched the press conference. I can confirm I didn't watch the press conference, but I've seen it.
But I read the transcript, so I know.
Oh,
But I was there taking notes. Yeah.
It was awful.
I'm not entertaining it.
Like,
Again.
I always say it's fair play to anyone who's doing something successfully and like making a living out of it. But even when I just listen to KSI, I just hear his voice and I'm like, fuck, I can't listen to it. He sounds so stupid.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But he's obviously
all
not.
the noises.
But he's obviously not. He's obviously
He went to private school.
He's obviously a very
multi-millionaire.
astute guy.
Yeah.
But I just think I can't even buy into this as something that I could enjoy watching. And as for Logan Paul, there's no.
He's just a wrong un.
There's just no there.
Just a wrong un in my books.
Yeah, I like that, and that was an interesting one. That took nearly half an hour. That was.
I like that. Yeah, that was a decent one.
And you've saved us from talking about that.
Normally we do the Purge and sort of like, yeah, I agree. So that's done.
We've had some good ones. We've had some bizarre ones.
Yeah, Bruce Buffer never coming back.
Michael Buffer, me.
And Michael.
Oh no, I like Michael. Don't purge him.
He's gone. Sorry,
he's gone.
He's still on the intro.
Months ago. He's still on the intro. Yeah, he's still, but not for long.
I can't even remember why we put it. Just because old Buffer will have, but new Buffer's
He's
just sold out.
Guy, you know?
Listen, he's been on he's done everything.
He's done a podcast with Mike Tyson, that Hotbox.
Oh yeah.
And he was saying about fights in the past. He had it down to like the date and the month.
So what you're saying is he's like a white Spencer Fearon.
He possibly could be, yeah.
I like that.
I think Dave, when he purged him, it was more.
No,
he's on too many shows.
He's just sold out.
He's not even
my
on
thing, my
he's
thing was
exclusive now to Sky though.
Yeah.
It's when you see his Twitter and he's talking about Scotty Boy Quigg, and you're like,
my best mate.
Come on, man.
He does put out some strange,
it's like just
borderline tweets, don't he?
Me and Coyle fighting with McNeil.
What did he say?
My boy Coyle fighting Meeks.
See, David's forgetting what we spoke about off air and what we're talking about on air. So no one's going to understand that Tommy Coyle and Meek Mill have got beef now.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh well, now boom, there you go.
Heard it here first.
Yeah, so you have to find Deano, and next time you see him at a show, just go and ask him to explain the story about Meek Mill and Tommy Coyle.
That's some big mad Paddy running past him.
Yeah, so alright, so that's been purged. That's in there with
a lot.
Buffer. We put Box Rec in there. I'm sick of Box Rec. I use it every day, but I'm sick of it.
Ring girls. Attractive.
No, we didn't purge ring girls. I purged. I purged.
No, attractive women
at the boxing.
Attractive women at the boxing.
I'll
as a distraction, or
no, because it's more for my safety. Because I said when you sit there in the audience and you're sitting there and there's no attractive woman in that boxing who is not there as either the partner of a fighter or a trainer, somebody who's likely to punch you in the face.
Okay.
And not me specifically, but I mean anybody. So it's just don't bother.
Yeah.
But then it was a bit of a grey area because it's like who's the judge? As the people are walking in, suddenly it's like no,
security.
No.
Yeah. Your dress is too
you're
short.
Love. You're alright, love. You're alright. It's a bit harsh.
Jeans only, love. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So that's purged.
Done.
Okay. boxing from the weekend. There was a very important fight for yourself.
There was. Spence Porter.
I love that.
Now, so come on, you've picked up your... would this be your first title?
It is, yes. It is. It is my first title.
I had a follow-up.
I was like,
I'm going to try to elaborate. This is my first. It's not my second. But I'm now off the ground for one.
I didn't have a follow-up question, but he said it is my first, and I was like, oh, well, guess there's more. And then,
first of many, we'll go back to that.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
that's it. So, I mean, it's a great knockout. The video's been doing the rounds on social media.
thank you. Social media, great thing.
Oh yeah,
He's not an Instagram boxer.
Nobody's seen that
So
knockout
he's
though because it's gone from social media now.
No,
So
he's fine.
yeah, so I mean, tell us. Obviously, we'll speak to you before your fight. Camp went well. I know it was the dead question, but how's it been for you?
Yeah, we camp went really well. It really did. No, since I've been with Gary, literally every camp I haven't had any complaints. The knowledge that the team has, being in the gym we are, BXR, there's so many different people from so many different fields. So they looked at how I was training, why I was training, tweaked a few things. I used to pick up injuries all the time. Now if I do, it's not to the point where I can't train. But yeah, more specifically for this camp, obviously we come off the back of training for a 10-rounder in June for the Eliminator with Nathan Graham.
Yeah.
And 10 days before the fight, he pulled out due to personal reasons with his family. Excuse me. And Goodwin basically said to the board, like, it's too late to get a replacement opponent. Can you put Dean forward for the Southern area? It's not his fault that the fight's not going ahead. They basically said, yeah, I boxed some Russian geezer.
I love that. Just some Russian geezer.
Russian geezer who was a bit of a nutter. Stopped him in the 4th round, and yeah, they put me forward for the Southern area. We asked a few people for the fight, and they all said no, apart from Nathan. So our original fight was rescheduled for the belt, so it was good in the sense that I just trained for a 10-rounder against Nathan and then gone straight back into another camp training for the same opponent. Like, I'd looked at him and had an idea of what he'd do, and then gone into this fight, had a bit more time to look at him again, and yeah, me and Gary, like, asking him, I'm always watching videos, whether it's of my opponents, old fighters, could be random fights as well. I'm always looking at things to pick up, and we'll talk about it and work on it and make it specific for our game plan. And with Nathan, I realised that most of the time when he had his success, he likes to bounce on his toes just out of range and jump in with a jab or a right hand over the top. It'd always be single shots. And I'd been working on trying to really make my front hand a lot more dominant, like dictate the fight. So like a Klitschko or Andre Ward, I thought there's no way he's going to have success on the outside, especially with single shots. And I realised that in close, he stands very tall and he lets his hands go, but he don't really have much head movement. So what I said to Gary was, I think that if I could just get a shot off, get my head out of the way, come back with another shot, get my head out of the way, I'm just going to punch in between his punches. And I think if he wants to come in close, it would just be an early night.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first time he comes rushing in, I tried to step back, walk him onto a right hook, but he dipped to end up on his back. So then me working on having a dominant front hand, I was able to get in position where I could throw a hook. And what I'd done when I threw the hook, I threw it so I could get the weight into my back leg, dip and then come back with the left hand. But that set-up hook, I just felt it catch his chin, and then I just saw his head go flying past my shoulder, and I knew it had a bit of an effect, to be honest. And then I walked to the corner, turned around, and he was on his front, and I remember just thinking, fucking hell, that come out of nowhere. I thought I was going to stop him, but I thought it would take between 5 and 6 rounds. So then, yeah, when it happened so early, that what I'd been working on and what I thought would happen, because it happened the first time, it sort of gave me the confidence of being able to read a fight and come up with a game plan and execute it, really. And yeah, we just worked on it so much that it was just muscle memory that I didn't even realise I threw the shot until it hit him on the jaw. So yeah, no, it was a satisfying win.
So the change in camp's obviously been extremely beneficial to you would say then?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good. I think I just fell out of love with boxing at my gym. I'm not saying anything negative towards Barry and his gym at all. Just me personally, I think I fell out of love with it. Just needed a change of scene. And I know Deano, know it from the amateurs. And I was actually in the changing room with Deano and Gary. Can't remember what fight it was, but I just sort of like their energy, the way they went about things, and when I did split with Barry, he was the first person I approached, and and that was that. I didn't speak to anyone else, and I'm so happy I am where I am.
It happens in all walks of life though, doesn't it? You get some people where, like you said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a problem that you split with somebody. Sometimes you just need some fresh impetus to just keep things going. I think
I went a bit stale, a bit just the way I was approaching it wasn't what it should have been.
But I can fully appreciate it after however many years or whatever it is you're training, you're going to the same place, you're going through the same routine all the time. You must sometimes just get to the point you just need to break that cycle and go off and do different things. Some boxers change trainers all the time. Like we spoke about it before, like Amir Khan has boxed under everybody, and then you get some people that stay with the same trainer their entire career. There's no right way or wrong way of doing it, is there? It's just whatever suits you in your career.
Yeah, exactly.
So, how many weeks were you training for that guy across the two camps? How much of the first camp was there?
So the first camp was 10 weeks. Was it 10 weeks? Yeah, I think it was 10 weeks, and then with 3 weeks to go, we went out to the AJ fight. Done some training in New York. So that broke it up a bit. Come back, and then once he got the news, he pulled out, fought the other geezer. And then obviously, because now I was going from fighting in a 10 round eliminator to a 6 rounder, I'm having to pay for the opponent. I was not getting the money anywhere near what I would have been. So I was a bit pissed off after the fight, waiting to see who I was fighting, what I was fighting for afterwards. I think I had 2 weeks at the gym, or maybe 3. I think I had 2 actually. And then got the news that I was fighting Nathan, and just got straight back into it. So I think we had about 9 weeks solid training the second time. So.
And was the game plan the same both camps for him?
Yeah, but I think the second one I really, really believed. Not that I didn't believe in the game plan before, it was just a lot more specific, I say. Like I'd never look at someone and be like, right, they're going to do this, then they're going to do that, then, and get so tied into what they're going to do and what they're not going to do, because if something changes, it throw you out of rhythm. And as a boxer, I believe one of the most important things is you have to be able to adapt. But I looked at his strengths, I looked at his weaknesses, and I looked at his habits, and come up with a game plan around that. And
you're obviously sure that was going to work. Yeah.
Do you feel like that's the sort of approach you take up again then?
To
kind of specifically look at what people do, what traits they have.
Yeah, 100%. I knew Nathan, like I said, he'd sort of bounce around out of range and jump him with a right hand, and I also saw that the fighters that he come up against had no head movement. So even if I wasn't in range, I was always moving my head, just trying not to be predictable. And my thing was I wanted to pressure him, but not be like a comfort boxer.
Yeah.
I wanted to pressure him into making a mistake of throwing that one single shot from out of range, or coming in close and leaving his chin up.
Yeah.
And I think he lunged in with a body shot. I thought he was going to come over the top, so I slipped inside and went to come back with an uppercut, but he went to the body, so I reset myself, and then I threw the hook to load my back leg, but the hook caught him pretty flush.
Presumably, as you go up through the levels, the footage of your opponents is more available for you to be able to train specifically.
Yeah, I mean, that Russian guy that I had last time, there was nothing.
Yeah.
Steve said it was the first time he had to go to Russia for an opponent. So there was literally nothing. And in that fight, Gary said, right, the first round, just make him miss, just so we know what he's like.
Yeah.
And the fucking geezer come tearing out the blocks. So I wanted to make him miss because he would find some haymakers.
That must be mental. Like, when you think about it, if you're just in the other corner,
Not
you think, I've got no idea what this guy's going to do, and he just comes storming out.
I knew he was 5'7", and that was it. Gary said he's either going to have his hands up and survive, or he's going to try and bomb you out. And the referee called us to the centre of the ring to shake hands. And he looked at me dead in the eyes, opened his eyes, and he's smiling and nodding at me. I thought, fuck me, here we go. And he comes flying out. I think he threw like a right hook, left hook, right hook, and I fucking moved my head. And then, by the second round, I just felt comfortable with him and, just walked on to a left hand. But, and then with Nathan, obviously, he's a pretty seasoned pro now. And there was about 5 or 6 fights. And, I watched 2 specifically. One versus Nav Mansouri, who I believe was getting outboxed, but then I don't think he's very good. Nav, no head movement, nothing, and then just in close, Nathan left his chin up, got caught. So I thought, right, I'm going to build on what Nav showed me, and I think against Adil Anwar as well, done the same thing.
I love that you can just go to YouTube, you just bang someone's name, and you can get a good portion of their career up to literally analyse it.
But unfortunately now, a lot more of my fights are going
exactly,
on YouTube.
But don't worry, no, because social media's gone now, so it's
social
fine.
Is YouTube social media?
It is now.
Okay.
YouTube has it does stories now on YouTube, doesn't it? Like if you go and
does it?
if you subscribe to the channel, you can get stories. So it's fucked now. So that's gone. Don't worry about it. No one can see your fights anymore. If they want to see dinner, they have to come and get a ticket from you now. So
also,
you're good.
Don't believe everything Mike says.
Quickly, just because we have to flip onto the other side of recording in a second. What are your thoughts on small hall shows being streamed? Obviously, as someone that doesn't, you don't really struggle to sell like tickets or anything like that.
I do quite a few tickets. I think at the weekend, I know it's a title fight.
I heard you did very well.
240. Normally at York Hall, I probably do around 150, depending on the time of year. Or whatever, I think, in the occasion. But I know that Steve Goodwin feels, he says I'll never live stream a fight because that will give the ticket buyers an incentive not to buy it. And obviously people listening at home I think, that's really tight, but small hall fighters.
No, but it's just it's your lifeblood. That's how you make your money.
I can honestly say I never sell tickets with the thought of I want your money. Like this is how you're paying me. It's honestly not. I just want people there, like creating a good atmosphere, having a good night out, and just they're supporting me. Really, it's really not about the money.
I suppose it makes a difference if you're in a settled kind of career point in your life. So remember when we had Jordan in from Portobello PR just a good while ago, and he was telling us about some guys that they turn over and they're full time straight away. They won't have a job, so literally everything is hinged on them selling enough tickets and fighting week in week as often as they can.
I think that comes across though in fights as well. You can tell if they are selling tickets money orientated. I think it is very, very obvious, and like I said, it's really not a money thing for me. I just think it's I don't know. It's like, even though they're coming to support me, it's like I like having them there kind of thing. So
it's like the 13th man on a football pitch. You get enough crowd behind you. It feels
like they can't have good. Like everyone on Saturday says it's good.
13th man, that's good. Yeah, I like that one.